morning everyone, Chris here. It's been a hot minute since I made a video. I've been wanting to make a kind of a video dedicated or highlighting just the Camaro, so that's what I'm attempting to do today. I have a lot to talk about with this car, and still more that needs to be done to it. So I'm on the way to my parents'. I'm gonna try to have this video not be just of me, so I got my GoPro filming up there. I got my drone right there. I'm gonna try to make some videos within here on my way over there. And this thing drives so nice. I had it tuned by this place in St. Paul called CJ Tunes. Shout out to you boys. It drives 1,000 times better than it did when I got it from a brand new muscle car. If you ever think about building a car like this, you really should do your research and consider all options. Find someone that you can really trust to do the right thing. I know I mentioned in other videos, but for those who are new here, I built this car, it took about 3 years, and I got it in, and it just had, I don't want to say problems, but it had mistakes, things missed, things done wrong. So I had to spend a good majority of the year this thing in the shop. It's got 1,170 miles on it right now. I've probably put 700 of that on here. The rest has been done by shops and stuff. This guy on my ass. Yeah, jackass. Idiot. So anyway, this car's been in the shop, needless to say, quite a bit. I wanted to afford it with this van. Which is, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. I just wanted to get things done right on it. The sun is bright. Let's check this out. 40 mile per hour pole here. Oh. Good thing I didn't do that. That was the sheriff. Okay, that's a sign. Okay, anyway, so this thing has spent the majority of its life. There's a lot of wind noise going on right now. I'm gonna turn this fan back on. I don't need it. This thing's spent the majority of its life in and out of shops, and I'm to the point where it's like, I just want to be done with that. I don't want this thing to be in the shop anymore. But whatever, irrelevant. I'm gonna make a highlight video here. Try to today with this car. And see how you guys like that. I like to do this with all the cars if I could. We have quite the stable, and instead of just making these car washing videos that I'm sure are boring as hell, it's nice to make some videos of the cars themselves and what I think about it. Drives good. I don't know if you noticed, but it has that check engine light on again. Something that the guys at Brand New Muscle Car did or didn't do. They claim to have paperwork for every part that was put into this car, a receipt that documents what was put in. Except they don't have the receipt for the fuel pump, and that's what that code is giving us. It's a fuel pump issue. We're not having enough PSI on the low PSI or low side of the fuel pump, so this thing's not starving, but it's not getting adequate fuel pressure. So that's what it's back to going, talking about being in the shop. It's gonna go back into the shop, I want to get that adjusted. I think there's some voltage issues too. The wiring underneath the dash is kind of a mess, and I want to get that taken care of at the same time. The season's almost over. It sucks that I only got to drive this thing for maybe, let's see, it's 911 turbo. Sucks I only got to drive this thing for maybe 3 consecutive months this summer, which isn't bad, considering Minnesota summers are only like 5 months. So I guess that's not bad. So let me bring this around here. I'm gonna pull over here. I'll get some highlight shots of this. I'm filming on the new DJ Osmo Pocket, I think it's called. Hopefully this is more stable than what you guys. Hopefully you can hear me too. Hopefully it's better, you know, than what I've done in the past. So I'm just pulling into the neighborhood. And we get the drone out here. You gotta excuse how trash the car is. I've been driving it, and again, it's been in and out of shops for the last couple of weeks. But let me show you guys around this car a little bit. Everything was 100% custom done, or picked out by me, such as, like, you know, like the allimeter gauges and like the radio and the dash and all this stuff. So check this out. So this is the allimeter gauges. These things they're pretty legit. They're really accurate, nice and crisp. Got the vintage air. Everything works as it should. Heating, air conditioning. Got this kind of modern radio that looks retro. So you can see here. I don't want to turn it on too much, but it looks. This retro sound is the brand. Turn this down so it's not loud. But it looks like, you know, a classic radio, but it has, you know, Bluetooth and stuff like that on it too. Here we got the dash. This is a custom leather pad that we had made because I wanted everything to be, you know, of a higher caliber, including like this headliner. This is that suede Alcantara type material. So it kind of brings a touch of class or luxuriness to a classic muscle car. And then I did LED lights throughout, so like, you know, down below here, LED lights. All right, here's the kicker speakers. I do have a pretty nice sound system in here. There's two speakers down here by the kick panels, and I got some behind here underneath this pad. So there's 4 speakers total. See some more of that suede headliner. I did have a roll cage installed. This is a custom made leather back seat. It's supposed to match these Recaro seats, but you know, it's pretty close. This was custom made because there is no, you know, back seat option that's I guess as equal quality. We put Mercedes quality carpet throughout the whole car. Nice aluminum pedals. Got this Hurst shifter. I wasn't a big fan of this at first because I just didn't really like. I didn't like getting. So that's drive right there. To get it into neutral, you just push it up, and get in reverse. It locks. You have to push. It just took some getting used to. You have to push that. Then you're in reverse, and then you gotta locks again. Then you had to squeeze to get it into park. So I wasn't a big fan of that at first. Let's do a little walk around. Turn this GoPro off. You guys have seen this, sort of, but here's this quick walk around. We got custom HRE wheels. Again, they're dirty, so don't mind the dirt. These are custom designed by yours truly, with wheelwood disc brakes, 6-piston in the front, 4-piston in the rear. This is it's a Ford color. It's called magnetic gray. I went to, you know, I frequently go to like dealerships and stuff like that just to look, and this is the one color that I always saw on Mustangs that I thought looked really good. It's like a pure gray. There's no purple or, you know, weird tones in the background of it. So I thought it was really nice. Just pop this here real quick. Now here's where a lot of the work has been done. Hope you can hear me. So it's essentially like a 2018 Z06 wrapped inside of a 69 Camaro body, because everything's brand new. Remember that. This is a brand new Dynacorn body, brand new drivetrain, brand new, you know, chassis, suspension, brakes, everything. But we did a lot of work to this since I got it back from Classics, or sorry, brand new muscle car. This entire intake is all redone. There's a little 3-inch pipe coming out, and it stopped like right about here. What we did is we added the proper 4-inch intake, and we have it going into this little side fender deal, so when the air comes through, you know, it comes, hopefully you can hear me, I'm sorry if you can't, it comes right through the front here. We added Hydraboost Braking because it was inadequate to stop this beast. We had to do a whole bunch of stuff. They put I'm not trying to make this all about, you know, complaining, but I want to give you guys my honest, transparent experience with this as much as I can. They put a wet sump accessory unit. That's the unit that drives like the like alternator, AC, power steering, things like that. They put the wrong, I guess, accessory attachment onto this LT4. This is a dry sump. They put a wet sump on there. So because of that, I either spend thousands and thousands redoing everything, or I just spend $1,000 or so, and I fix jerry rigging away the problem. So now the belt is aligned properly, because before it was the belt was popping off. There's all sorts of problems I haven't even told you guys about. But let's go back to this. So here's that LT4. You can see how nice and smooth this thing sounds. All fuel injected. Everything works great. Got to figure out this fuel pump issue. This thing will be golden. This thing's dirty. I'm sorry. Anyway, going around. This thing is just a beautiful car. I get more head turns and comments and compliments, I should say, on this car than I do on any of the exotics. I think it's because, like, you know, it's nothing really impressive. Like, oh, you got a lot of money, nice job, you got a Ferrari. But something like this, you know, this is something you don't see. You can't just go to a dealership and buy. I don't got my keys are in the ignition, obviously, but the trunk is also Mercedes carpet wrapped. You've seen that in some videos. Alright, I'm gonna get the drone up, get some driving footage. Okay, well, another reason why I'm bringing it into the shop, the ignition's on, but I am locked out. So, my spare keys are at home. This sucks. Alright, I've been saved. So I'm gonna get the drone up and get some footage. drone shots turned out pretty good. Okay, it's been a tough morning. Freaking doors got locked, fertilizer spilled everywhere because the trap was on the spreader. It's not even 10 o'clock yet. Alright, well, I'm heading to work now. Yeah, let me do an acceleration quick. No cars coming. Alright, I'm in about 10 miles an hour. I think I'm in like 4th gear or 3rd gear. Woo, this car's sick. I don't know if that little stutter got picked up, but that's part of that fuel pressure issue. Let's see if it does it again here. Yeah, see right there. Man, this thing screams. From like 50 to 90, this thing just hauls ass. I don't know if that supercharger is being picked up by the camera or not. It'll probably be picked up by the GoPro though. But man, this thing is quick. Feels like it's got all 650 horsepower, that's for sure. Before it didn't, which makes sense because that intake was inadequate. It was small, and it wasn't tuned right, even though it was at a tuner for 3 months. Sorry, I'm still bitter. I'm still bitter about the entire build process of this car. I just want it to be, you know, have enough time and money invested into it that I just want it to be, I want it to be done. You know? So it's like 95% the way there. We get this fuel thing figured out, and I get these doors fixed, and I think there's a little, like I said earlier, I think there's a little voltage issue. I think there's a drop. I don't know if that I'm assuming that got picked up by the camera, you know, where I'm accelerating and at like 6,000 RPMs or whatever it was. You can maybe even see the camera. You can feel me like kind of jolts because it's almost as if it's being starved for either gas or oxygen. I don't think it's air. I think this thing. I think it's all in the fuel pump. So I'm gonna bring this thing down to classics today. What's that noise? Something's vibrating. I broke something. I'm gonna bring this thing down to classics today. I'm gonna write them up a little to-do list because again, the season's almost over. I want to just get this thing done and then tuck it away for the season. When Brand New Muscle Car had it, they brought it down to this place called Camaro, I think it's called. Something like that. Something in the Tulsa area. And they had it for like 3 months, and I don't know what the hell they did, but everything got redone in a matter of a day and a half by the CJ Tunes. They properly, set the transmission to shift where it should, so I'm not in 8th gear at 30 miles an hour. I'm not even kidding. I think I have video of that in previous videos. They set it to where it shifts and drives like how an 8L90 transmission should shift and drive. They got the ratio from gas to air, and they got everything tuned right compared to what those guys tuned wrong. I don't want to make this video all about bashing those guys. I'm just sharing my experience. I've said this in previous videos, but we did all new suspension because what came on here was inadequate, and it was honestly broken by the time it got to me. I don't know how they didn't see that in the 300 miles or whatever they put on this car when they were testing it. We had to put all new suspension on here. I said this already, but there was no chassis connectors, being what protected the frame rail chassis from the front to the back, and have those installed. I don't know how that did, how that passed inspection. This car is just so sweet. Also, CJ Tunes or Lancer is their like sister business. They found that the bolts that hold the front, I think it was passenger side, I forget, but the axle, the bolts that hold up the axle were loose, which explains why this steering wheel was shimmying a little bit at first, because it's not shimmying now. That was just done this last weekend. See, that's first and second, third. Smooth, shipped at about 3,000 RPMs. Yeah, see, I'm still not in 8th gear yet. I'm doing 50 miles an hour right now, and that's probably 7th or 8th, one of the two. But God, it's so nice having those people. Again, shout out to Lancer and CJ Tunes for tuning this thing not only in 2 days, less than 2 days, but properly. Thank you. If you ever see this. Hopefully this GoPro is picking up some good footage. It wasn't so busy out. I do some drifts or something here. I did that coming out on 42 yesterday. I had it just gutted. Back end came out. It's pretty sweet. Alright, let's check out this speedometer. I'm doing about 51 according to my speedometer, now 50. Got one of those speed trap deals right on 50. Right on the nuts. It's been such hot and cold weather here in Minnesota. I didn't go to the last 2 Cars and Coffee. The last 2 ones, 2 days ago, my schedule conflicted. This last one in October it was rainy and like 40 degrees out. Now today we're at about like 65 and sunny. It's so hot and cold here, the temperatures and the weather in Minnesota this time of year. But it's beautiful out. You can see it's just a gorgeous day. Alright, what else can I say about this Camaro so it's not just a guy talking in his car driving? See if you can hear that supercharger. Surprisingly, it gets really good gas mileage too. If I had to guess, I mean, I don't always drive it like that. I drive it pretty conservatively. I bet I'm getting upper teens for gas mileage. I say that because I filled up. It's probably about, I mean, it's under 1,100 miles. Gas gauge it's at half right now. I bet I filled up a little bit over 100 miles ago. And I'm at half right now. Assuming that's accurate. 200 miles a tank, 13 gallon. I get pretty good gas mileage on this thing. So anyway, I'm gonna set up a to-do list for classics, and I will bring this there to them today. Just squirrel. What are the other things? So the main thing is getting that check engine light checked out, or I guess resolved, because it bugs me to see a light on all the time. It turned off on me the other day randomly. Oh, squirrel. Yeah, it's that time of year when squirrels are flipping nuts away and all this That's priority number uno, is getting that fuel pump issue, because I don't want to start this engine out. Having a low, the low PSI side of the pump is significantly lower than what it should be, and I don't want to mess. Oh, I redid this road finally. Nice. Look at this. Hopefully this GoPro's getting good footage of this. what was I saying? Oh yeah, I don't want to mess up, you know, harm the motor by not having the proper fuel supply to it. God, it's so good they finally did this road. This was well needed, like 5 years ago. I gotta run to the post office, and then I'm gonna get some work done. As always, I appreciate, oh boy, that bottle. I appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Thanks.